Hello, welcome to the Snap Revise YouTube channel. I'm Amy, and for this video we're going to talk about some things that you can be thinking about as you choose your A-level subjects. This video is for the Year 11 students who are sitting their GCSEs this summer and starting to think about the subjects they might want to take at sixth form. The step up from GCSE to A-level is no joke. It does get a little bit harder. If you want to find out a bit more about what this transition is like, then I would recommend watching this video just up here. Just general differences between GCSEs and A-levels. A-levels are much more in depth. You have a lot more content to work through, and the content is generally harder. You're also required to apply your knowledge a lot more at an A-level standard and also develop your skills as an independent learner. These are all fantastic things to prepare you for university or whatever you go on to do after your A-levels. So the first thing to think about in this process of selecting A-levels is what subject you currently enjoy at GCSE and do well in. Any subject that you are enjoying now, you will probably enjoy at A-level. For A-level science and maths, you build on a lot of the information you learned at GCSE. So kind of think of your GCSEs as like a foundation year for going into your A-levels. Biology, chemistry, physics, maths all assume a certain level of understanding of the course content as they move forward. So if you do well in these at GCSE, you will be well prepared for doing them at A-level. If you find a subject interesting, this also helps massively with feeling motivated to revise that subject. If you're not interested in a certain topic, then you simply won't want to do the boring bit of the A-level, which is the revision and testing yourself on that part of the topic. At this stage, you also want to do a bit of research about what the A-level you are considering entails. You want to have a think about the type of work that you enjoy doing or don't mind doing as part of a subject. So we want to have a think about whether the course that you are thinking about requires a lot of essay submissions or whether it's more coursework based, whether there's lots of scientific or maths content. These are all things that you need to be thinking about, and whether that aligns with what you find interesting and what you do well in typically at school. If you hate doing essays at GCSE, then I can guarantee you will hate doing them at A-level too. Make sure you understand exactly how the course is assessed and the sorts of work that you'll be doing on a week-to-week basis within that course. If you are sitting there at the minute watching this video and thinking, well, I don't really particularly enjoy any subjects, then for those of you, I would recommend thinking about your broader plan. If you do want to go to university or set up a business or break into a particular field that you find interesting, then do some research around those options and have a look at what you need to be able to do that. Thinking a bit further ahead might help to inform your decision now by showing you what skills you need to develop to get to that final goal. That might be that you have to do certain A-levels or you have to do a certain internship. Whatever it is, make sure you're looking at this as well. I know this is a video about A-levels, but there are other options out there for those of you that are thinking, I really don't want to do A-levels. There are options out there for you. Having a look at what university course you might want to do is also super helpful if you are finding it really difficult to pick out your A-levels. If you have a look on university websites, they will tell you which subjects you need to do to be able to get into that course. Have a think about facilitating and complementary A-levels. What I mean by this is which A-levels give you the option to apply to as many university courses as possible if you aren't sure exactly what course you want to do at this stage. And complementary subjects are A-level subjects that go really well together. Some universities may require you to have done a particular A-level before you can be accepted for entry onto that course. Likewise, check which subjects they don't accept, because this could help to inform you on ones to avoid so that you can get into the university course that you really want to do. Complementary courses also tend to fall into the facilitating category. So two really great complementary courses could be biology and chemistry. They overlap a lot in terms of the content that they provide at an A-level standard, and they are also accepted by loads of university courses, particularly if you want to do any sort of science at university. If you combine science subjects with maths and really ace these at A-levels, and it shows universities you have the ability to take on university level concepts and be able to tackle some of these harder questions. However, if you want to keep your options open, you could do two sciences and an art or a humanities subject. When I was at A-levels, I did biology, chemistry and classics. Classics was a subject I didn't do at GCSE, but it was one that my sixth form offered, and I saw it as a really nice opportunity to have a break from science-based learning. As much as I love science, I thought it was really fantastic to have a subject that was just completely different. So it was an essay-based subject, learning about a little bit of history, a little bit of arts and culture, and I found that a really nice break and helped to keep me motivated to do my revision because I had a nice selection of subjects to go over. But that was just what worked for me. I have friends who did all sciences plus maths and had a really great time too. So just whatever you enjoy doing. It's worth mentioning that when you make your A-level decision, it's not final. Whatever you tell your school at the start of year 12 that you want to do, you can change that within a certain time frame. So you can sample the different subjects that you might be interested in and then make your final choice. So I know that I've been talking a lot about using your career pathways and university options to inform your A-levels, but please remember that what you take for your A-levels does not dictate how the rest of your life will go. As you go through university, you will gain other experiences that could help steer you in a certain direction or give you certain specialisms. And at university itself, you can also swap your courses once you are entered into the university. So don't put too much pressure on yourself to get your A-level options absolutely perfect. View your A-levels as a ticket into university rather than the be-all and end-all for your career. If you do have any questions or any anxieties around making A-level choices, and please do pop your questions in the comment section below this video. I'll try and work through them and help you out as much as I possibly can. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you find it a little bit helpful and gets you thinking about the sorts of things that you need to consider when making your A-level choices. Remember that A-levels are difficult and you want to enjoy them as much as you possibly can. If you give us a thumbs up on the video, it also saves it to your account for viewing later. So if you find that there are some tips here that you might not need right now but want to access a bit later on, then go ahead and do that. If you want to subscribe to the Snap Revise YouTube channel, if you aren't already, you can do that just here. And to learn about the transition from GCSE to A-level, then this video just here is where you want to look.